What's up, guys? What's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great rest of your day yesterday. Alright, we are on to Thursday. 2 more trading days of the week. 2 more trading days. Alright, so I expect today to have a little bit more, some better price action. In terms of news, we do have our 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so that'll be going right before our prop firm session. We've got FOMC member speaking after that. And before that, we just have a yellow folder, natural gas storage, so nothing crazy. In terms of the market right now, so last night I had an idea of longing after sweeping Asia low, and then we decided we wanted to come all the way down to this balanced price range down here. So the longs, the idea was there, but obviously not executed right. Came down and got stopped out. Came all the way down into our 15-minute BPR down here, and then we saw the pump happen after London. All right, so I have my Asia high up here at 9:45, and then I have my Asia low down here at 8 o'clock. Okay, gets swept. Asia low gets swept, and then we form our London low down here, 3:45 a.m. That's our London low down there. And we see London low gets swept, and then price wants to pump after that. London high obviously has been swept as well. So we got London high at 3 a.m. It's not super necessary to have charted out right now, but again, we came down, swept London low, Asia low, and now we've pumped back up, sweeping Asia high, sweeping London high, and now we're gonna wait and see what kind of reaction are we gonna get. Right, we have this fair value gap down here, 15-minute fair value gap right here. But let's go, before we do all that, let's get into our higher time frame real quick. So on a daily level, you can see last night we traded back into our daily fair value gap here, and then we started to see a little bit of a pump throughout the morning. And for now, we're kind of moving down. But ultimately, I still want to see us try to pump for these highs up here. And if we see a crazy drop at market open, then I would expect us to come down to our daily volume gap, take out yesterday's low. But right now, I want to see us go long, and I want to see us take out yesterday's high and gun for some buy-side liquidity. But we got to see how are we going to react off of our levels that we have charted out. 4 hour we're showing obviously a little bit of weakness up here, not trying to push through. 4 hours not trying to push through. But what we did do is we came down into this 4 hour fair value gap again, and then we saw that reaction back up, right? But right now we're looking pretty bearish. It looks like we're dropping kind of aggressively here. Dropping kind of aggressively at market open. We're back into this fair value gap here, right? So on the 15-minute, I'm really waiting to see what kind of reaction we get here, right? Is this going to be a bearish breaker on the 5-minute? High, low, higher, high, displacement of the low? Or are we going to respect this 5 and 15-minute imbalance and start to pump up for our highs and then try to push through this 5-minute bearish breaker block that we've touched off of a few times? All right, let's look down at the 1 minute. Yes, I mean, we did have a lot of accumulation here. But we also saw a sweep of the highs over there. Right here. We saw it both on NQ and on ES. Let's see. ES does not have that same gap that we see on NQ, but we do see a 15-minute fair value gap down here. 15-minute busy here. We see a lot of buy side equal highs up top. All right, so right now we're really dropping, but I want to see what kind of reaction we get, right, off of these imbalances. Again, I always expect some kind of manipulation move at market open. All right, yesterday we didn't really see that. Yesterday we kind of just saw the long step in, and they continued to step in without really any manipulation, any kind of Judas swing. But typically I like to see a Judas swing in the market, which is just a fake out move, right, where we manipulate one way before a real move for the day. So that's why I'm kind of waiting to see what kind of reaction we get off of this fair value gap here, because if we do get a strong reaction, you know, I could see us potentially pumping, you know, pretty high up to our levels up top. You know, decent stop loss if we even got an entry at the top. All right, but need to see a reaction first, just because of how aggressive we are moving down right now. Definitely want to wait for that 5 minute to close. Okay, because the structure here, this is a bearish reversal structure. On the 5 minute, we see this high, low, higher, high. Sweep the low. Now we just got to see, is there going to be an actual displacement move here, or are we going to start pumping? Okay, because if we do get that reversal pattern, then we might see short step in and try to come back down and take out some of our sell side levels. All right, but ultimately, I'm still keeping my eye on the longs until I do see that, you know, full displacement down here, 5 minute time frame. Which right now, it's looking like we're trying to do that. I mean, this 5 minutes about to close here in just 30 seconds. Obviously, very strong bearish candles here. We're looking at the 1 minute. Very strong drop. All right, so I mean, right now we're looking pretty bearish. Okay, so I just want to see if we're going to come back up and respect this fair value gap on the 5 and 15 minute. Right now it looks like we're about to disrespect our 5 minute one and create a balanced price range on the 5 minute. Okay, so the 5 minute has now been disrespected, and we're seeing that drop. We are seeing that drop. Pretty aggressive drop here. Coming down into this 15 minute bullish order block. Remember, I don't like to be too aggressive at market open. I always like to give it a little bit of time to kind of calm down. Okay. Especially, you know, looking at the 5 and 15 minute time frame, wanting to see confirmation on both of those. Right, but right now we look like we're trying to take out all of our sell side. So we'll see. I do want to see, you know, let's say we do trade back up into this 1 minute order block and we get a reaction off of it under VWAP. You know, I want to see if that's going to make us continue to the downside, but we also see ES just touched into that 15 minute fair value gap, and we see a bounce, right? We see ES bouncing from that fair value gap right now, and ES is still closing above VWAP. Okay, so that's something I'm keeping my eye on, and that's why I almost want to wait 4 more minutes for this 15 minute candle to close, right? Because this 15 minute candle could easily come right back up, respect this fair value gap, and head back up. But right now, obviously, the tendency and the momentum is going down. So yeah, we're going down, trying to sweep some sell side levels. Okay, yeah, so I mean, I don't really care about missing out on this move right now. Right, I'm gonna keep being patient. We have all day. We have a whole day of trading ahead of us. If you did catch the shorts, good on you. Good on you. But you know, I'm gonna continue to be patient. Obviously, this hourly looks very bearish right now. Looks very bearish. Looks like we're trying to come down and target some sell side down here at these lows, this low, this low. Okay, so I'm just kind of watching. The 4 hour looks very bearish as well. 4 hour looks very bearish. So it looks like we are really trying to to head down, displace all of our bullish support levels. Okay, so at this point, what I would be waiting for is an actual entry level, right? Not just chasing the shorts, but waiting for an actual like pullback move where I could get a good setup with good risk management, right? Where I'm not entering in the shorts all the way at the bottom and trying to chase this, hoping that it'll just continue to the downside. Right now, I'm going to wait for an actual level to show itself, and see if that's a potential short level. Right, that's when I start looking at these fair value gaps that we see on these breakout moves. Right, just to see if we get bounce. Right, again, these levels aren't as strong to me when we're at the bottom of range. Like these little fair value gaps aren't as strong. I like to see order blocks with a fair value gap around that level on a breakout move, especially when we're this low on a range. For me to kind of have that extra conviction in taking a short when we're already so low and we're already so close to, we've already taken out a lot of sell side. Okay, like we could see a strong reaction off this fair value gap and we could see a continuation. What would be nice is to see this order block form right here and maybe see if we're going to trade back up above that. Right, we did see that strong reaction so far. I haven't gotten an entry. Alright, no entry for me just yet. But, like I always say, that could be a good, riskier, more aggressive entry from there. If you wanted to play more aggressive, play more risky, right when we touch into that fair value gap, you could take that short. You could take that short. Alright, I still want to wait for a little extra confirmation. See if we trade back into it again. If we get another reaction off that level, I'll probably look, I'd probably look to take it short. All right, we've got our sell side down here. Sell side liquidity down here, right, which would probably be my first target. But again, I didn't get that entry, but it could still be a pretty solid entry on this breakout move. I just want to see a little bit more. All right, 15-minute close with insane displacement there on the 15-minute. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, crazy opening 15-minute candle. Strong displacement all the way down, leaving behind this balanced price range up here. Right here on the 5-minute time frame. All right, could be a potential target in the future for price to bounce off of. Okay, so we formed this 1-minute order block, right? So if you wanted to be more aggressive, right when you see that order block form, when you see any kind of movement down, you could get in those shorts. That's a more aggressive move, just assuming that this order block is going to act as resistance and we're gonna displace it, right? But I like to wait for a little bit more. I like for us to kind of touch up into that fair value gap above the order block, right? Or right when we trade back up into this 1 minute right now, could be also another potential entry. All right, we see this 1 minute order block here. We start to see a reaction, we could take it short. All right, I just got an entry in the shorts there, kind of low, but I like that reaction. I kind of just want to give it a shot, half a lot. See if we're going to really bounce off that level, and if not, wait for a re-entry up higher. So just kind of testing it out, and obviously this is the risk of taking that type of entry. Like I said, it's a riskier entry. 2050 was my entry, so I'll just keep a stop right above that order block. 51 ticks, just above, half a lot. Right, and that's, like I said, it's still risky, because we have potential to retrace up to this fair value gap. So we'll see if we get that reaction now. Okay, first TP would be about 65 ticks, and then holding all the way down for more sell side down here would be that ultimate goal. But again, we might retrace a little bit, possibly up to this 1 minute, possibly up a little further. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. It's always riskier to try to get in at you know, the bottom of these levels. Right, especially we're starting to kind of see stalling, but I'm willing to take that risk right now with half a lot. See what happens. See if we want to continue on that strong trend to the downside and go take out those sell side levels we're looking for. Alright, I just added into a full there, guys. I just added into a full. We'll see if we can get displacement now. Again, we'll see what happens. I just added into a full. I'm liking that reaction. First TP is going to be at 18,105. $18,105 for my first TP, and then we'll see. You know, we need to see that displacement though. I don't like that wick down. We're seeing a reaction off these 1 minute order blocks here, but we're not getting that displacement and follow through here. We'll see if we can get that follow through. 1 minute displacement would be nice. But we're obviously stalling at this level. We do have this 5 minute order block, but I do expect us to potentially come down to here. We'll see if it's going to happen now, if we're going to want to retrace a little bit before that. Okay, we're struggling a little bit here, but we keep bouncing off these 1 minute order blocks. Remember, first TP is right here. About 65 ticks for first TP, and then looking to hold for close to 200 for full TP. So we'll see if we want to get that continuation now, or if on the 5 minute we want to get some, you know, get some retracement on the 5 minute. Again, if we do pump back up, you know, I might look to just kind of scale out and wait for a re-entry. If we do pump back up, we're right around break even again. Okay, if we pump up aggressively, I'll probably just scale out and not let it go to stop me out. Pretty close to first TP here. Let's see if we can drop. You know, we're not getting that follow through just yet. We're about to close on that 5 minute. So if we do start to pump on this new 5 minute candle, I'm just going to get out. Alright, maybe I'll just move my stop to break even, honestly. At this point, I'm just going to move my stop to break even just in case we want to retrace. So it's at break even. I'm not giving myself a lot of room here, but I don't want to get caught in that retracement move where we do want to come up and fill some 5 minute fair value gaps. Alright, so I just got stopped there at break even. Like I said, I want to wait now and see if we're going to come back up to this 5 minute fair value gap up here. Alright, that's just kind of how I wanted to manage my risk on this trade, because I saw that 5 minute close and we didn't displace, so we might come up to this 5 minute fair value gap here. Okay, so now I'm kind of gonna wait for a better entry. Okay, so stop at break even there. But we see, like, that's why I didn't want to let this one come back up on me. I wanted to see that follow through right as that 5 minute candle was closing. Alright, we didn't get that follow through, so that's when I start to adjust my risk. With the new 5 minute candle coming in, you know, I move my stop to break even. No risk on that one. Let it come back up. Like I said, we have this 5 minute fair value gap up here. You know, could look for a re-entry. Right, if we start to see another reaction back down off this 5 minute we just touched into, maybe off this 1 minute, you know, I'll look for a re-entry back in these shorts. Okay, that's a nice reaction we're seeing so far. That is a good reaction off that 1 minute order block off our 5 minute fair value gap. See how this 1 minute candle closes. Okay, we see continued reaction, failing to break through. But like I said, we still have some imbalances that price might want to come up and fill, like we're seeing right now. That's why you saw me get out of that position. Alright, so we're in that 1 minute that we had charted out before. Let's see if we get a reaction off of this fair value gap here. See if we get a reaction off of this 1 minute here. You know, I might look to start getting a re-entry. Boom, boom. Need to see some extra confirmation with this movement. Yeah, because we are bouncing off this bullish 15-minute fair value gap right now, or the bullish balanced price range that we saw us bounce off of earlier during London. Okay, that's a nice reaction we're seeing so far. Still not enough yet. Not enough for me to want to get back in the shorts just yet. Boom, boom. Okay, let's see. On this 5-minute time frame, let's see where that 0.5, that equilibrium of this fair value gap is. So we've gotten close to that equilibrium there. Alright, so I'm just kind of waiting. You know, we have a 15-minute candle here that looks like we're trying to form an order block. Alright, we've got that balanced price range above. I wouldn't be surprised if we do form this 15-minute order block, and then we try to trade up a little bit and then come back down. Let's look though. We're bouncing again from this daily fair value gap. We're kind of caught in between right now. Kind of caught in between. Alright, like I said, that first trade was riskier. That's why I moved my stop to break even. Just didn't want to, you know, once we were in profit and once I saw that 5-minute candle closing without strong displacement, that's when I start to adjust my plan and just move my stop to break even. And I don't even want to take a loss, you know. To me, it's not worth it at that point, especially when we're trying to catch the trade down at the bottom of a range. Right, we're just trying to catch that continuation of a breakout. Alright, this 5-minute, strong 5-minute candle here. Technically a 5-minute bearish breaker. You know, you got a high, low, higher, high, displacement of the lows. Again, it's not that crazy of a level. It would technically be right here, which is what we're in right now. That would technically be that bearish breaker level, unicorn model. Oops. All right, and then we also have that 1-minute fair value gap overlapping. Okay, but we're showing a lot of strength right now back to the upside, so I just really got to wait for that. Got to wait for that reaction before I want to get into anything. I'll just continue with this patience, you know, waiting for a reaction back down. It's a good reaction right there. It's a pretty good reaction we're seeing on the 5-minute. Pretty good reaction so far. Right off that breaker, unicorn fair value gap there. Right, this is the one thing keeping me from really wanting to jump in just yet. It's this 15-minute order block bouncing off the BPR, fair value gap right above. Kind of the one thing that has kept me from trying to get an entry right here. But if we do start to see a very strong reaction back down, you know, I will test out the shorts again. But right now these longs are a little too strong for me to do that. Look like they're almost trying to head right back up to where we opened. Alright, so we've got like 2.5 minutes left on the 15-minute. And on the 15-minute, we don't necessarily have to see, like, let's say we form this order block here. We don't have to see price trade all the way back up to this level. We could just see price barely touch into that fair value gap and then drop. Alright, we could easily see that happen. We don't have to go all the way back up to this level. Okay, 2 minutes left. We're still seeing that 5-minute respect the 5-minute breaker, but we're at the very top of that level, and the 1 minute still looks like it's really trying to push through. So that's why I'm just being a little cautious here, not really jumping into anything too aggressively right now. But guys, this is why managing our risk is so important. All right, instead of taking a 50 ticks loss here, you know, I decided to mitigate my risk on that one, just because I saw something that didn't align with what I thought was going to happen. All right, so that's how we try to mitigate our risk, take less, you know, losses or not as big of losses. I'm not going to do that on a normal trade where I really expect price to follow through right away. Obviously, I'm going to leave my stop where it's at, give it some room. Alright, but this is one of those trades where I was like, we're showing a lot of weakness now. We're stalling here. This 5 minutes about to close. We have some imbalances above that need to be filled. So, and then look at this 15-minute candle. So we got to bounce again off this 15-minute BPR. Alright, we're kind of ranging back and forth. See how we react off VWAP. About 30 seconds left on the hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute. All those candles. Hourly, we didn't see that fall to the downside. Now we might want to see price. Price might come all the way back up here. We might see price come all the way back up. All right, let's see how this 15-minute closes, and then what kind of reaction we get off this balanced price range here. Okay, so got the fair value gap above on the 15. Have not touched into it just yet. See that right there? I would like to see a reaction off of this. This 15 turns into an order block, and we continue back down. But we've pretty much just rebalanced all of these imbalances here. Disrespecting all of our imbalances. ES is already almost back at the highs, so we might see price push all the way back up now. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, typically a market open, if like when I talk about a Judas swing, I don't really like to see price come all the way down this low and then pump all the way back up. Typically it's only, you know, it's not that many points on the move on a Judas swing. This is more of, almost feels like a range. Well, again, we're going to see how we react off this 15-minute BPR. If we get a strong reaction, you know, maybe if we get this SMT up here, ES is already almost taking out these highs. We might see price try to come back down off this balanced price range. For now, I'm still going to be very patient here. Wait for that reaction. Price is too strong right now to the upside for me to feel confident or have that conviction just yet in the shorts. Okay. We're still seeing price try to push through. Okay, we're starting to see a reaction. ES is almost at those highs. Yeah, guys, at this point down here, I was not expecting price to bounce again off that 15-minute bounce price range. You know, after taking out so many sell side levels, I really thought we were going to continue to our external liquidity levels here. You know, and we still might do that, but right now, price continues to push through and range all the way back, and it's basically trying to fill this entire area, all of our imbalance that we formed on that move down. Right, but look at, we obviously didn't see displacement of these lows down here. We saw that bounce. Okay, we're showing a lot of weakness here though. We keep bouncing, right? Getting that rejection off the 15-minute. Just slowly trying to push through. But still seeing a rejection. I know we are above VWAP now. ES is now about to take out this high up here. Right, and get, that's SMT divergence there. ES is all the way up, taking out that high. NQ is not close to that just yet. Now we'll see if ES wants to displace. Let's see if ES wants to displace here on the 5-minute, this liquidity. But look at the bounce here off the 15-minute fair value gap on ES. Pretty solid there. That's what I wanted to see on this fair value gap over here, because this is that same fair value gap on here on NQ, then ES, and look how ES comes down into it, completely respects it, pumps. NQ comes all the way down, disrespecting that level completely, and then still pumps. Right, so it's kind of all over the place. Kind of all over the place right now. Right, if we would have seen us bounce off this 15-minute fair value gap here on NQ, I would have taken that long right away. Right, all the way back up to the highs. But then we see us completely disrespect all of these levels, completely break structure, market structure shift, change of character, all the above, and then we reverse. Right, so I'm gonna keep being patient here. Again, major SMT. Okay, let's see. ES just displaced here on the 5-minute. Look at this SMT here. Alright, look how ES just swept that high. Look how NQ is still all the way down here. And we have that high all the way up here. But it looks like we're still trying to head for it right now. Yeah, this is very interesting today, guys. I mean, aggressive drop where we get displacement, and then aggressive pump, rebalancing the whole market. So I just want price to pick a direction. Alright, this morning my initial analysis was bullish, right? When we hopped on, I wanted to see price can be bullish today and go take out our buy side levels after coming back into this daily imbalance. And then after seeing how we opened at market open, looking at our 4-hour candle, you know, looked like we wanted to come down for our sell side levels. And then we come right back down, right back up. So let's see. I mean, our initial analysis might happen. We might see a bullish day if we continue to push through these highs. It's kind of up to this 15-minute here. Is the 15-minute gonna continue to push through the highs, or is it gonna respect this balanced price range and come right back down after getting SMT? Okay, that's a nice rejection there. This is just such a hard, like, it to me. I don't want to take a short position and try to guess, you know, when we're gonna reverse, right? Obviously, we have our level here. We have SMT. But with such strong bearish or bullish price action, you're not going to see me try to just get in the shorts until I see like some good confirmation, right? Maybe some breaker structure on the 1-minute time frame. See a strong rejection. Right now, ES has taken out all of these equal highs now. we see NQ is took him out earlier. Actually, NQ took him out earlier, so ES was just kind of making up for that. Like I always say, guys, not really. I don't feel a need to rush into a trade just yet until I really get that confirmation. Okay, I like this reaction we're seeing off of our 15-minute. That is a great reaction. Now I just want to see on this 1 minute time frame. Okay, we're gonna head down. All right, but I need a good entry if we're gonna head down. I want to see us maybe displace, form a fair value gap, trade up into it, take it short all the way back down to the lows. Okay, that's a nice reaction here on the 15. So it'll be a pretty good RR on this trade. You know, if we can see that follow through, we're still above VWAP here. I just want to see if we can try to come down, take out this 1 minute bullish order block here. All right, if I was just looking at the 15-minute, you know, I would want to take the short for sure. You know, I might start looking to take the shorts here. You know, it's just the difficult thing here, guys, is we're right above VWAP and we have this 1 minute order block here. All right, but if we can start to get that momentum shift down, you know, we trade back up into a 1 minute fair value gap or order block, you will see me look, you know, start to take the shorts. But notice how we're getting that reaction right off VWAP, right off this 1 minute bullish order block. All right, this is why I'm waiting for that entry for maybe a break of structure, you know, at least a break of structure. Okay, let's see what we do if we trade back up into this 1 minute fair value gap. If we start getting a strong reaction off this 1 minute, I might look to start taking it short. But I need to see a very strong reaction because we do have VWAP here. Okay, we haven't touched into it yet. I mean, yeah, just look at this 15-minute, guys. Like, obviously we still have about 5 minutes till we close. But that's the reaction I wanted to see right above this order block, and now I want to see us continue to the downside. So we'll see what happens here. You know, I'm not going to rush an entry here where we take it before we get that break of structure or before we get that confirmation, and then price ends up coming right back up, stopping us out, right? So I always wait for my confirmation. Okay, we're back in. We're trading into that 1 minute. Still a lot of bullish momentum here. Let's see if we can get a reaction back down. All right, here's that issue: is does this turn into a 5 minute bullish order block? All right, we're still respecting our 5 minute BPR. We're still respecting our 15 minute BPR. But this is that typical pattern of that order block formation. Right, we are right here at the 50% of our 15 minute. All right, we've got about 3 minutes left on the close of the 15 minute. Okay, so just patience is key. This is why you have not seen me take an entry just yet. Just because look at that reaction. We didn't get that break of structure. Okay, but I also don't want to long when I saw that crazy rejection off our 15-minute balanced price range. I'm not really looking to long that just yet. What I will do though, let's say this 5 minute closes with displacement above this 5 minute order block. That's when I'm now looking for longs. and I'm looking for longs off of this 5-minute order block here, right, to continue to the upside all the way back up to these highs. Okay, but until that happens, I'm still looking for shorts. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes now left on this 15-minute candle and the 5-minute candle. Yes, as of right now, looks like it's going to get strong displacement to the upside. See though, we keep rejecting here. There's that break of structure I want to see, right? If we can take out this low, close below VWAP, retrace, I'm taking it short. All right, but I need to see this break of structure happen before I do that. Right, because we keep seeing that bounce right here off VWAP. We're not breaking these lows. I need to see a break of structure if I'm going to hop into this trade. All right, there's too much bullish momentum for me not to wait for a break of structure. But this 15-minute looks like it's going to close, you know, how we want it to. Okay, we're starting to get that break of structure. And like I said, if this ends up just dropping on me and I miss out, you know, that's okay. You could take this entry if you want, right? You could take this entry assuming we're going to get that break of structure. But I'm waiting for my confirmation, and like I said, if I miss out on these shorts, I miss out on them. Oh well. I'm not going to short until I see that break of structure, and then I see retracement, right? So we're obviously getting that drop. Look at that reaction now in the 15-minute. So this is what we want to see. But now it's just about, can we get an entry, or is it going to run away on us? Is it going to run away? Are we going to have an opportunity to get involved in this trade? I don't know if did anybody take that trade up here? Did anybody get in the shorts? Was anybody really aggressive? All right, there we go. There we go. We got some aggressive people here, assuming the breakout's happening. Yeah, I mean that 15-minute. That's exactly what I wanted to see happen, right? But I was just waiting for that break of structure, and now we'll see. We'll see if we can get that pullback, right? And look at ES. Look how we just got a liquidity sweep. Look how the 15-minute closed. That's confirmation for me that these shorts are going to come back, right? That these shorts are going to continue. Strong SMT up here at the highs. Liquidity sweep on ES. Tells me the shorts are gonna continue, right? So now I'm just waiting for that entry. It would be nice if we form a 1-minute order block here with the fair value gap above. We do have these balanced price ranges here on the 5-minute, but again, 5-minute still respected our bearish balanced price range. And the 15-minute, pretty strong move. Okay, we formed that 1-minute fair value gap above an order block. If we start to see a reaction here, that's when I'll start to look for an entry. Okay, I just got an entry in the shorts there. I'm going to test it out here with half a lot so far. Still an aggressive entry, not really waiting for that, you know, that follow through. Wow, that was a pretty low entry. There we go. I'm going to add into a full here. So my entry is going to be kind of low on this, but I'm okay with that because I can keep it above VWAP. Keep my stop above VWAP. 49.25. And I'll keep my stop just above this high at 52 ticks. Right, we're not seeing that follow through. This is that structure I want to see. 18.16225 is going to be my stop. Okay, and I'm looking for this trade to come all the way down to these lows. All the way down to these lows. Okay, you could take first TP at the break of this low, about 62 ticks. I want to see us come all the way down. Let's see if this 15-minute is looking pretty bullish. We're trying to come back up to VWAP here. We need to see that reaction off of VWAP. And then see that continuation down. Like I said, 1 minute order block formed, trade up into that fair value gap right above. That's one of my favorite entries to take. So now we just need to see that reaction, see that follow through come down. Okay, and I'll probably hold this one for a while. I mean, you could obviously take first TP at the break of this low, 62 ticks. You could take it at a 1-to-1, 52 ticks would be a 1-to-1, depending on where your stop is. But if we get a strong displacement move down, I probably won't even take TP until we come down to this low down here. All right, what I would do though is if we do get a strong displacement move down, taking out this low, all right, and we're like 60, 70 ticks in profit, I'll just move my stop to break even, make it a risk-free trade, and then, you know, wait and see if we're going to drop all the way down here, take my first TP here, because this is one of those trades where if we do come down and break this low, I think there's potential for a strong expansion move to the downside. All right, which is why I would want to let this one run. So no follow through just yet, but I am liking the reaction we got off that fair value gap. Okay, now I just want to see that follow through. Just want to see that follow through now. Nice 15-minute candle here. Just nice 5-minute candle. Like I said, if you guys want to take your first TP at a 1-to-1, that would be like 52 ticks for me, or you could take it at the break of this low, 62 ticks. I really want to hold this one. Okay, so we've just hit, pretty sure we just hit a 1-to-1. We got close, 48 ticks so far. Okay, so pretty solid trade so far. If you guys want to take that first TP, you could take that first TP right now. We just hit 60 ticks. There we go. It's a good, you know, you could take that first TP. I'm going to move my stop to break even and just let this one run. Actually, not break even. I'm just going to move it a little bit up. I'm going to move it just to this high right here. I'm going to keep my stop right here, like 27 ticks. And then I want to see if this one's going to keep running. All right, obviously take that profit if it's there, if you guys want to take it. I mean, I almost want to just keep my stop where it was, but at the same time, I want to mitigate my risk on this one. All right, but if you guys took that profit, move that stop to break even, you'll be chilling right now. I mean, that we just hit like 60. Oh, we hit 80 ticks on that. Wow. 80 ticks so far. I still haven't taken profit. We are now bouncing off this order block on the 1 minute. I want to see continued displacement here on the 1 minute time frame. Just continuation to the downside. I want to see us break through this 5 minute BPR right here. Just continue to drop. Remember, you can move your stop to break even if you want to make it risk free. I'm just keeping my stop right above this order block. Alright, we'll see if we can get that follow through and catch that expansion move. Okay. Like I said, guys, you don't have to hold this one. You could have taken that TP at 80 ticks, at 60 ticks, and this could be a risk-free trade for you. This is one of those ones where I'm trying to give it a shot. I want to give it a chance at expansion, but we'll see right now. We're not seeing that follow through right now. Yeah, we're seeing a strong move back up. We'll see how we react off this 1 minute order block. Like I said, I moved my risk. You know, I moved my stop all the way down. 18,155.50. All right, so now my stop is only at 25 ticks, so it's a lot less risk than I had before. I pretty much cut half the risk on this trade, but still trying to give it a little bit of room just in case we want to bounce off this 1 minute. But we're seeing too much momentum back up from this 5 minute BPR. Really want to see us break down I want to see us break down here. Okay, so we're a few ticks in profit right now. Only about like 16 ticks in profit. We'll see what happens. The one thing I don't like is on this 1 minute we didn't displace we didn't displace the order block on the 1 minute, which is what I really wanted to see. Okay, so we're moving up close to my stop. We'll see if we react off this order block or if we want to stop me out here at 25 ticks. Alright, this is the risk I was willing to take here, guys. Obviously, we look right now like we're trying to stop me out. We might come up and take my stop here. And took some of my stop. And alright, now I'm fully out. Alright, so that's a bummer. You know, but that's the risk I was willing to take. I was willing to let that one go and not take profit, right? So now I'll look for a different trade here. We'll see. Now we're really pumping. We're really ranging right now. I expected this one to be that, you know, that move that we expand, but right now we're just ranging. All right, we're touching back into the 15-minute BPR up here. I mean, either way, guys, hopefully you took some profit. I hit 80 ticks, so, you know, like I said, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want to do there. Yeah, still solid. So obviously we're just kind of ranging up and down right now. I really expected that one to be our expansion move and go grab all of our, you know, external liquidity at the lows, but we just did not want to do that yet. Hourly's kind of just in between. It's starting to look a little bullish. We're getting SMT again at the highs. ES is above the highs again. NQ is not even close to those highs. Alright, so I wanted to see us come down and displace this 15-minute order block here. So we just haven't seen that follow through. We're getting another reaction here off that 15-minute though. Just don't like that we closed above VWAP again. But, you know, I might look for a re-entry if we start to head back down again. But again, like right now, this structure here, not displacing the low, isn't giving me that confidence to want to short this. Right? It looks like we're trying to push through these levels, but we still have that SMT at the top. So now, you know, I'm gonna be patient again, wait for another setup. Yeah, we saw a strong bounce here off that 5-minute BPR. Right here. With all that momentum we were seeing to the downside, I was expecting, like, that bounce off this 15-minute bearish BPR with this order block right below. I was really expecting us to head down all the way to here. Okay, we're starting to see that reaction again off of this level. Respecting our 1 minute time frame, you know, our 1 minute bearish fair value gap here, but still bouncing off VWAP, right? So again, not gonna try to short when we see this strong bullish momentum back up. I'm gonna wait again for another reaction or for us to displace these highs. All right, the only time I'll get in the longs is if we come up and displace these highs. Besides that, still gonna wait. Just because look at this 15-minute candle. 15-minute candle is way too bullish right now. We did not come down and displace that order block. Alright, but if we do see that reaction off this level one more time, right, and we start to really push down, I'll start to look for another entry in the shorts. So we'll see. Okay, so we're heading back down. A lot of ranging so far. All right, I'm not gonna rush into a trade. Like I said, if I miss out on a trade, I miss out on a trade. I'll wait for a good entry, especially because we have this 1 minute fair value gap here. We're seeing that reaction. We're right around VWAP. I would need to see strong confirmation that we're actually gonna head back down. Right, so we'll see. And yeah, guys, the reason I was willing to let this one go and not take my profit at 60 or 80 ticks was because I really wanted to see it come down here, and that would have been about 160 ticks for my TP, right? And I don't, you know, not being greedy, but just seeing that potential in that trade and not wanting to cut myself short on that one, right? But it's always, you know, it's always a good idea to take profit when it's there, right? Make it a risk-free trade. Yeah, I was willing to get a little risky on that one, and that's what I did, and it didn't pay off on that one, but that's all right. Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left on the 5 and 15 again. We're obviously seeing that reaction off that 15 yet again, another time. All right, we're right in this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. So we'll see if we want to head back down. All right, I'm not going to rush into a trade. Gonna wait for a good setup here. Okay, whenever we start rushing into trades, just purely based off of momentum, that's when you start to see yourself get stopped out a lot, right? Because that's when you're chasing, and that's when price will come right back on, you know, reverse on you, and stop you out. Right, that's why I'm always waiting for my confirmations, waiting for my entry models, and not just trading based off of momentum. I use momentum as a confluence for my trading. If there's a high volume move and we see a lot of momentum going in our direction, that's a confluence for me. But I'm not purely just trading off that momentum, right? Because that's how you get faked out. That's called chasing, and that's how you get your entry super low. And then you have to have your stop a lot lower than you wanted, and then price retraces, hits your stop before the real move happens, right? That's why you don't see me chasing this. Even if I do think these shorts are coming in right now, you're not seeing me chase just yet. Or you're not seeing me chase at all. But that's another good reaction off that 15 minute. Okay, 5 minute, 15 minute close there. Strong reaction. Okay, we inverse this 1 minute fair value gap. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens here. Long wicks on the 30-minute candle, up and down. Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting, guys. We're ranging a little too much right now. Right, you're not going to see me long until I see displacement of these highs. Right, and maybe that won't offer the best risk to reward on a long position, but I'm not going to long when we can get continuous reaction off this 15-minute bearish BPR. Right, we have a lot of sell side liquidity resting down below. Relatively equal lows down here. Alright, so I'll keep being patient. Keep waiting for the right setup. We're starting to look pretty bullish here. But again, we keep doing this and we keep reacting off the 15. So, you know, we did finally see ES close above these highs, which means we might start to head up and have NQ come target those highs as well. But you will not see me long while we're in this level that we have reacted strongly off of 2 times already. Right? I'm not going to long in this. Not until I actually see us come up, move very aggressively, take out the highs. Right? That's when I'll start looking for longs. We obviously look pretty bullish right now. Looks like we're trying to go take out those highs. So we'll see. We'll see. We're back at that 50% level. And you guys can see this ranging we've been doing. Started market open, drop, range all the way back up, drop, range all the way back up. Yeah, definitely will. Definitely will. Okay, I mean, we continue with this bullish structure, making higher highs, higher lows. So we'll see if we do come up and displace these highs. Yeah, then I'm really looking for longs. And I'll really be looking for longs. Okay, and we're gonna see, is this gonna be just a ranging day? I don't expect it to be a ranging day. I expect us to see some kind of expansion. Okay, but right now on the daily we are just ranging. We're just ranging. Alright, so is our original analysis gonna play out where we're gonna bounce again from this daily bullish fair value gap and we're gonna head up for the highs? I don't know. That's what I'm waiting to see. Okay, 4 hour is starting to look bullish. Starting to look like we want to bounce off this 4 hour order block here. 1 hour isn't pushing through. Alright, this can be some of the hardest areas to trade in because you get so tempted to hop in the longs, hop in the shorts, hop in the longs, hop in the shorts. But yeah, the reason that you don't see me rushing into the longs right now is, like I said, we still have this 15-minute bearish BPR. We still have SMT at the highs, right? NQ still hasn't even gotten close to taking out these highs, and ES has. You can see up here, ES looks very bullish. But when I see that sweep of liquidity on ES and I see us take out these highs, that doesn't give me, too much confidence yet. But seeing this displacement over here on the 15 does tell me that NQ might try to really pump from here. All right, and like I said, once we take out these highs here, that's when I'm looking for longs. That's why I'm looking to catch longs up back into this 5-minute bearish breaker and potentially up for buy side liquidity up top. Okay, we're trying to take them out. Trying to sweep these highs. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Okay, now yeah, we're seeing that. Looks like longs really want to step in. Okay, so now I'm really gonna start looking for longs here. After seeing that ES displace so strongly, I'm gonna start looking for longs at this point. I know we're still in this, we're still around this 15-minute BPR. So we will see how we react off the top. But to me, this is a stronger move back up than we saw before. I just look at this 5-minute. This is definitely a stronger move than we saw before. So we'll see if we want to range all the way back down, or if this is going to be that time where we actually try to have a breakout move and see some expansion. Okay, 1-minute order block formed, fair value gap below. Might be a decent long opportunity from here. Gets it all the way to the highs. Alright, I'm going to test out the longs here. I just got an entry in half a lot. Kind of a higher entry. 8.5. But I like this 1-minute fair value or order block we formed. We bounce off a 1-minute order fair value gap, sorry. 50 tick stop down here at 18,172.50. Still in half a lot right now. Oh, never mind. It did the double click on me yet again. So I'm in a full lot, which I did not want to be. So far that's working out pretty good. Okay. Okay, we just hit 55 ticks. If we take out this high up here at 75, I'll take my TP. I'm just gonna move my stop to break even here. I didn't mean to get in a full lot, but I did. But if we take out this high up here, I'll just take out half. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna take out half. Keep my stop at break even for now. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I know I said half a lot, and that's what I meant to be in. I apologize if you might have missed out on some profit there. That was not my intention. But either way, even with half a lot, it's still a pretty solid trade so far. Caught that breakout at a good time, 85 ticks at the top. Took some profit, and now I'm going to keep holding this with my stop at break even, and just see if this one wants to keep running up to our, at least up to our 5-minute bearish breaker that we've seen a lot of rejection off of. It's like 174 ticks, and possibly through that level. Okay, so I'm going to keep holding this one with half of my position. Maybe move my stop a little bit into profit here. Might move my stop a little bit into profit. We'll see. If we get another expansion move here, another displacement candle, I'll move my stop into profit a little bit. I do want to see how this 5-minute candle closes. Alright, if this 5-minute candle closes without displacement here, I'll probably just move my stop a little, decent amount into profit. But if we do displace this candle, I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting to see that reaction here. Waiting to see how this 5-minute closes. So that crazy 15-minute here. So we'll still have 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle where we could still see displacement of the highs. I expect this one to, seeing ES, I expect this one to keep going. I'm going to keep my stop at break even for now. If I get stopped to break even, I'll look for another re-entry. Yeah, this could always, I don't like this entry up here if you're going to get an entry, but it is an entry with this 1-minute order block, or you could wait for us to retrace into a fair value gap below. But again, seeing that we didn't displace on the 5-minute would probably keep me from getting a re-entry up here. But if you wanted to get involved, right, you could get an entry assuming that this 1-minute order block is going to get displaced, or you could wait for that retracement into the 1-minute fair value gap below, right, or even wait for us to come all the way back down to here if we do. All right, I'm going to keep holding this one and see, if we can catch that expansion move here. Because this 15-minute, looking at ES, guys, I think NQ is going to follow. That's a pretty strong move on ES. I think NQ is going to follow here. Look at the 15-minute on NQ. That's a pretty strong 15-minute candle. I really expect us to continue. We might see some retracement first, but there's a reason I'm letting this one run. Yeah, it's risky, but again, I expect us to push through this resistance because of, look at how aggressively ES has pushed through this resistance and is strongly displaced. I'm expecting this expansion move to happen now on NQ. So yeah, it's riskier to keep your position in at a strong resistance level, for sure. But I'm feeling risky today. I'm willing to let this one ride. Right, if you did want to add into a full, if you weren't able to add into a full, you could wait for retracement, right, into maybe this 1-minute fair value gap here. Maybe wait for us to come back down to here if we do. But the only issue with that is it's going to move your break even kind of farther up, right? So it is a risk. But if you did really want to add into a full, and you do expect this move to continue like I do, you could do that. Obviously, we want to see 15-minute displacement. So you got to see, like, if we get a strong reaction off of this 1 minute, you know, that is a level that you could add into your full. But you don't want to add in if we're just aggressively dropping, right? Because then it's just going to move your break even up, and then it's just going to stop you out. Right? That's why I always wait for a reaction, because look at this aggressive move back down. Okay, but like if we start to see a reaction, pump, 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 you know, you could add into a full. But that's a pretty aggressive bearish candle there. Is this really going to be a liquidity sweep here? About 2 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. Really wanted to see expansion through this bearish order block on the 15-minute. So we'll see if we do bounce. I might even add back into a full here, guys, and just keep my stop at break even and risk it. I'm going to add into a full. Break even is right at the bottom of that candle. I'm playing risky. Like I said, I'm feeling risky today, guys. So now my break even is right at the bottom of this candle. So I added back into a full. 18,192. That's my break even. That's my stop loss. Like I said, yeah, like that's the riskier play here for sure. But I'm willing to do it right now. I'm willing to do it. If I get stopped at break even, I get stopped. That's okay. All right. But a good reaction so far. That's been a very good add to my position. Okay, let's see if this 15-minute displaces this high, guys. I really think we're gonna get that expansion move. We'll see what happens here. So far, pretty good add. Yeah, ES is displacing the high up here. We want to see us close above that level on ES. Not seeing that follow through yet on NQ. Yeah, that's a risk I was willing to take. If we stop me out at break even, we stop me out. Oh well. So we didn't get that 15-minute displacement, which is not what I wanted to see. Really wanted to see us close above. So we'll see if we get that move back down. We might come back down to this 5-minute, right? Try to fill this fair value gap down here. If that's the case, I'll look for another re-entry. Probably look for another re-entry in the longs. Right, if we do come down and stop me out. Oh, we're getting pretty close here. Getting pretty close. Pretty close to my break even. And just about. Somehow that didn't hit. Wow, that was literally, that looked like it stopped me out. Within the tick, I think we're gonna stop me out still. But yeah, like I said, we might be coming back down into that 5-minute. You know, trying to come, there we go. Now I'm stopped. All right, so I got stopped to break even there. Let's see what kind of reaction we get, right? I might look for another re-entry off this 5-minute fair value gap here. I know we didn't get displacement. We did get that liquidity sweep, but that was a very strong move. So if we start to see another reaction back up from this level, I'll look for a re-entry here. But not if we're being super aggressive to the downside. Need to see that reaction. It's a pretty good reaction so far. Pretty good reaction so far. See, I might look to get in. Still want to wait for that confirmation. Okay, that's a good reaction off the 5-minute, but again, after seeing that liquidity grab, I really want to wait for that solid entry. I do think we're going to head back up. Alright, I'm going to test out the longs one more time. Just half a lot here. Now I'm actually in half a lot. Alright. So, I mean, I'm just sitting right around break even on the day, so... Wow, I got filled way too high on that. I got filled way too high on that one. I'll keep my stop at 50 ticks here, 18.18175. Not a great entry there. Really got filled up the top. But I am liking the reaction we're getting off this 5 minute. Right, I want to see a continuation to the upside. So we'll see if we can get that right now. I'll let you know if, when I add into a full. If we start to see that pump here, I will add into a full. But we're not seeing that continuation. We still have some bearish momentum, so this is still a little bit riskier, guys. Especially after grabbing liquidity. Okay, but we did come down into that 5 minute. We see a reaction off the 5 minute. I want to see that continued expansion. Okay, I'm going to add into a full here. I just added into a full. I just added into a full there. Right, I'll take profit if we hit these highs at the high. I'll take my profit again, move my stop to break even. Entry is at moved up to 9.5, so I'm going to move my stop up. Honestly, I'm just going to move my stop to 40 ticks, just below the lows. 18.185 will be my stop. Pretty good move so far. Okay, I'll take that first TP if we can break the high. Obviously, you don't have to wait for that. You could take your TP at 50, 60, even 40 ticks if you want a one-to-one. I have my first TP at 73 ticks here. And then I'm going to continue to hold. I mean, that's that reaction on the 5 minute I wanted to see. Our entry so far is pretty good. Now we just need to see that follow through. Turn this 5 minute into an order block. Continue up, right? This is that what I'm talking about, that 5 minute order block that forms. Fair value gap below. We trade into the fair value gap where we react. That's that one of my favorite entries I take, guys, and you've seen me take that entry multiple times this week, and it's worked out pretty well for us so far. Okay, so first TP is up here, 18.213.50. About 73 ticks for my first TP, and then I'll continue to hold this one again. All right, you don't have to wait for 73. So we've already hit a one-to-one from our 40 tick stop. It's about 74 ticks for my first TP. So I mean, that's the reaction I wanted to see on the 5 minute. Now I want to see continued. I want to see that displacement to the upside now. Continuation up, taking out our highs. Okay, if we're going to trade into this 1 minute fair value gap down here, I want to see us bounce off that fair value gap, continue up. Okay, I really like this trade so far. Now we just need to see that momentum pick up and see that continuation to the upside. Sweep our liquidity again, but I want to see a strong displacement move back up. Like ES has been doing, right? I want us to follow ES, see a strong displacement of these highs. Alright, so my stop is still at 40 ticks. You could always move it to break even if you want. If you want to make it a risk-free trade. Alright, I want to see us come take out our first TP before I move my stop to break even. If we start to stall at this level, right, and we start to really head back down, I'll just move my stop to break even. 56 ticks have been hit, right? You don't have to wait for my first TP. We've already hit more than a one-to-one. Okay, so at this point, I'll just move my stop to break even, make it a risk-free trade again. Since we're already at almost 60 ticks in profit, you know, don't want to lose this trade, but I do want this one to come back up, hit my TP, see that expansion move happen. All right, bounce off this 5 minute order block, see displacement, and from there, I'll just let this one go. Okay, so at this point it's a risk-free trade, just waiting for our TP to get hit. Again, we're pretty far in profit already, 60 ticks. So if you want to take that first TP, you can. Like if we keep stalling and we really don't want to push up, I'll probably just take TP, you know, and just take that profit, secure it. All right, but if we continue with this momentum, I want to let this one go and really expand and get the full reward from this trade. All right, like this movement makes me want to keep my TP there and just let it go hit it. All right, we're almost at our full TP. Or not full, sorry, first TP. All right, first TP just got hit. Stop is still at break even. All right, that's another winning trade there. Now I just want to see that expansion move happen. All right, I'm keeping my stop at break even again. So, I mean, today, like I said, guys, I'm feeling risky today, and I just want to catch that expansion move. We're so close to that expansion, I can feel it, that I don't want to cut myself short. I want to just catch that move, you know, and maybe just hold these longs for a while. If we look at a daily level, look at this daily time frame, guys. That daily candle tells me we're trying to go take yesterday's high, right? We're trying to go take our liquidity above. That's why I'm willing to let this one go and just keep my stop at break even right now. Especially if we get displacement here. If we get displacement on the 5-minute and then on the 15-minute, man, I don't see us really reversing for a while. Yeah, and the hourly candle. You're right, bro. You're right. Okay, but you guys could take your full TP, obviously. Remember, guys, you have free will. do what you want to do, what you think is the best thing to do. Okay, we continue to expand though. Alright, so I'll just start moving my stop into profit. Right, like right now I'll move my stop up. And I'll show you where my stop's at. So 18,19975 is going to be my stop loss. So I just moved it up to that level. Look at that expansion we're seeing, guys. We're about to close in the 5-minute. If we see that 5-minute displacement, this one could really keep running. Oh yeah, we're about to see that displacement here. Look at that close, guys. Yeah, I mean that tells me we're going to keep going. That does not tell me that we're going to reverse here. We'll obviously have to see how the 5-minute or the 15-minute closes. All right, you could take more partials if you want. You could take more partials. We hit 109 ticks. We're obviously seeing that right after we displace, we're seeing that move back down, which, you know, you don't want to see that, but again, we have this order block down here. I could see us coming down to that order block. That's a crazy move back down. Market's been interesting today. It's like the 15-minute just doesn't want to displace. It's like the 15-minute is just keeping us from expanding. Okay, but my stop loss is right here around the 5-minute order block. So we'll see if we bounce. Either way, it's in profit. This is just all over the place today. It's like right when we see a displacement move, we retrace. Typically when I see that displacement move, I'm expecting full expansion, not a lot of retracement. But, you know, we do need to see that displacement on the 15-minute as well. So we'll see if... really was not expecting this one to come back down this far. If it stops us out in profit, oh well. Still another winning trade. I mean, I'm not even that up on the day because I've just been taking, you know, I've been riskier with my, you know, holding my trades, keeping my stop at break even. Right, so I mean, if I get stopped on this one, I'm not going to be that far in profit on the day, but I'm okay with that. I'm willing to take that risk today. It's one of those days where I expect expansion, and I'm willing to take more risk, you know, to see that trade play out and try to catch a big reward. But I mean, so far, I don't think we've had one real losing trade. That first one I lost, but we were still 80 ticks in profit, right? I don't think we've taken a losing trade besides that one. But that was, I don't know if anybody else lost that trade besides me. Again, we're form this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, 1-minute bearish order block. Just want to see that expansion. I want to see that 15-minute displace. We're really not trying to do that right now. Okay, we keep displacing on ES. And NQ is just not wanting to follow. We'll see. If we can see this bounce off the 5-minute order block, we're chilling. Yeah, Jordan, that's a good idea. I mean, this is definitely one of those, it's one of those weeks where, yeah, you should probably take your profit when it's there. All right, maybe I'm being a little too greedy. That's okay. That's all right. We've made some good money the past few weeks. Let's go, Mark. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's a nice day. That's a nice day of profit. Okay, we're almost closing this 15-minute, and again, this 15-minute looks like it's not displacing. We'll see. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Just want to see if we're going to bounce off this 5-minute order block. So far, we're respecting the 5-minute order block. Just want to see that displacement here on the 15. On the hourly, I want to see hourly displacement. Turn this into an hourly order block. If that can happen, I don't really see a lot bringing us down. If we can see that displacement, I do think we'll continue to expand to the upside. But it's not doing that so far. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We're leaving behind a 15-minute bullish fair value gap down here. Either way, so far in that trade, we get 109 ticks on it. Pretty solid. We didn't get displacement on the 15-minute. Another failure to displace on the hourly as well. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll move my stop up again, up to 18,202. I just moved my stop up to 18,202. It's a little bit further into profit. All right, let's see. I mean, the expansion move could still happen. I just don't like that we didn't get 15-minute or hourly displacement. All right, so if we head back down again, I might just get out of this position completely. Might just call it. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously seeing strong resistance, failing to displace again. See how that 1 minute. See how this 1 minute candle moves here. If we see another rejection on the 1 minute candle, I'll probably just get out. Above that first TP level. All right, I'm just kind of waiting for this. See how this 1 minute plays out. Honestly, I might just move my stop up to that first TP level. I'll probably just do that up to 18. To 1350. I don't even care about giving it room at this point. After seeing that, I just moved my stop all the way up to that first TP. Alright, because if we do come back down on this 1 minute, I don't think we're going to continue to expand right now. So I might as well get at least my profit from, at least like 75 ticks, 74 ticks. So I'm trailing it very close now, just because we didn't get displacement. If we would have gotten displacement, I would have let this one keep running. I probably wouldn't have moved my stop up very far. So, oh, there we go. It's a nice pump. It's a nice pump. You could take full TP here if you want. You could keep holding this. I mean, at this point, I'm going to keep holding this. My stop's already at 75 ticks in profit. But again, if you want to take full TP here, you can. We just hit 121 ticks. Let's see, where are those highs at? So we have these highs up here. We do have this 5-minute bearish breaker. Wow, look at that expansion. I'm going to move my stop up even more now. I'm moving my stop up even more, up to here, to 218. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what we do. I mean, if we continue to move like this, you know, I'll just keep holding this. All right, we do have this bearish breaker block that we're about to touch into that we saw a lot of rejection from before. But look at how we form. This almost makes me want to keep my stop below here, because look at how we're trying to displace and form another 5-minute order block. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather take profit at this point. All right, I'm about to get stopped here in profit. Oh, almost. Pretty close there. Pretty close. That was within the tick of my stop there. We got within the tick of my stop loss. And we're back. All right, I'm out now. I'm out completely. All right, so overall, got stopped at 92 ticks. I'll take that. Pretty solid trade. At the top, we hit 134 ticks. Pretty good trade right there. I mean, overall, we've had, I think, 3 winning trades. One I got stopped. I lost because I wanted to let it keep running, but we were still up 80 ticks in profit on that one. But yeah, pretty solid trade there, guys. Pretty solid day so far. We've been able to catch some really good trades. Yeah, I mean, we've been locked in. All right, we waited for that move back up to displace our highs, wait for retracement, got an entry. All right, this one still has potential to keep running. Obviously, we see this 5-minute order block. But just honestly, that 5-minute displacement, or not getting 15-minute displacement, kind of kept me from wanting to hold this. Yeah, so I'm going to take my profits on this one and you know, call it for now. I'll call it for now. Pretty solid day so far. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to take my profits and you know, I'll let you know if I take any more trades in the next hour or so, and then we'll hop on at 9:30 for our educational session, and then 10:30 for our prop firm session, and then we'll call it a day after that. All right, so secure those profits. Don't risk them all. You know, if you're gonna keep trading, you could risk a little bit, but please don't risk all your profits. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Take it easy, stay safe, and I will see you soon. God bless everybody. Peace. Thank you, guys.